Than that. Good morning, everybody. I'm Terrell Brown.
Even in the car, it felt really cold driving in this morning. Good morning. I'm Judy. So let's begin with your first alert forecast. Meteorologist Tracy Butler is here. Good morning, Tracy.
It's cold out there. It's cold in here. Advisories because if you're gearing up to head eastward, or maybe you are in LaPorte County up into southwest Michigan, do know that these winter weather advisories are continuing into tomorrow morning. These lake effect bands have really been intense at times, and I was talking to a friend of mine who was driving toward Flint, Michigan last night, and he encountered just some blinding snow. So please just be careful if you're headed in that direction. Well, our temperatures right now, take a look. 7 in McHenry, 10 at O'Hare, 13 out at Midway, and we have wind chills below 0. So let's check in with Roz.
But we are starting with a couple of fires. They're both house fires, and to the south in the suburbs, University Park on Union Drive and Regent Road. It's a little bit west of Western Avenue, a fully engulfed house fire. We're hearing reports it is not occupied, so no concerns of injuries at this time, but a very active fire scene. And then on the city's south side, another house fire at 88th and Aberdeen. This was occupied. We did get reports, one minor injury, but we still have a lot of emergency crews on the scene. Quick look outside at our daily Herald.
Homeland Security and family have been searching for a missing Arlington Heights man. He vanished 48 hours ago. Laura Terrain is live in Barrington Hills, where the search for Timothy Anderson is now centered. Laura.
Timothy Anderson's car was found parked and empty just down the road from where I'm standing. His family is now using this riding center behind me as their staging ground for the search. This is a picture of the psychological issues. He was last seen wearing a Bears baseball cap as well as a Bears sweatshirt with a North Face over it and blue jeans. If you have any information, police, of course, want to hear from you. For now, live in Barrington Hills, Laura Terrain, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Deadly shooting.
The death of Jay Cutler's brother-in-law was an accident. A medical examiner says Michael...
Well, doesn't that video feel like a lifetime ago? In 2007, Mr. Obama stood before the old state capitol in Springfield, declaring that the ways of Washington must change. 2 terms in the White House. The president has only a short stay in Springfield. Then he's off to California to go raise
cold. Even you.
I feel lovely in here. This is fantastic.
Not what she asked you.
I was just saying.
It is a cold day.
It's cold,
Yeah. Temperatures this morning in quite a few spots. We talked about this yesterday, how we would start off with many temperatures in the single digits. Right now, many holding lower teens as well, but they are poised to below 0 most of the morning. It is going to stay windy throughout the day today, and this lake effect snow is going to continue northern Indiana over into southwest Michigan. So we do have, once again, these wind chills below 0. There you see 5 below the wind chill right now out at O'Hare, 9 below right now in Woodstock, 3 on the plus side in Whiting and at the lakefront, 1 below right now in Bourbonnais. But I want to take you over into southwest Michigan, northern Indiana, South Bend. This does include those of you in LaPorte County, and this is going to stay in effect until tomorrow morning, up into Benton Harbor, St. Joe, Michigan, over toward Dowagiac. So these winter weather advisories in effect there. Here are these bands of lake effect snow. And once again, the problem with lake effect is at one point you can just be driving through some gently falling snow, and then just like that, it intensifies, and visibility is a huge problem with this. And we're going to continue to see these accumulations adding up throughout the day. There are areas between what you got yesterday as well as into tomorrow that could end up with 6 to 8, maybe even 10 inches of snow. As you can see, our futurecast just keeps these bands going throughout tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, we are going to end up being in the clear here. Our high temperature today of 16, you can see it, one of those days where we don't get to the average low for the day. It's 10 right now at O'Hare. AccuWeather Real Fuel is 5 below. Now 7 in Richmond and 7 in Vernon Hills. Palatine, 8 degrees, 12 in Joliet, 16 over in Gary. And as you look at the wind chills through the day today and this evening, still wind chills single digits here. I don't think we'll see our wind chills, at least today, getting above 5 degrees. So here's a look at the satellite radar picture. Once again, just a reminder, those lake effect snow bands well east of Chicago. This afternoon, we'll see some sun, but boy, is it going to be cold. And this cold stretch is going to continue into the weekend.
The Eisenhower, they've got the left lane closed from Racine to Morgan. You can take a look at the snapshot. There's very light traffic volume out there, so it's really not causing any delays. None of
Terrell Brown. Weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler. And Roz Varen's traffic. ABC 7 Eyewitness.
Classified information.
A joint effort between Illinois and Mexico will help pay for the funerals of the Martinez family. The bodies of six
To be used as therapy animals.
But a veterans home in Salt Lake City is using. Let's check weather traffic for you, Tracy.
Not gonna go there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Best to stay far away. 7 degrees McHenry, 7 in DeKalb. 13 degrees right now out at the lakefront, 13 degrees at Midway, and 11 right now in Valparaiso. Big story here locally is the cold, and look at these wind chills. Feels like it's 5 below at O'Hare, 3 below in Naperville, 3 below right now out at Midway. Our wind chills through the morning are going to stay below 0, so you really have to prepare for that. Now, we'll see some sun here this afternoon, but those temperatures only maxing out in the mid-teens.
on the inbound side, 71st to 69th, and then continuing in the locals in that stretch right around the Skyway up to 63rd. It's not causing any delays right now, and we can take a look outside at our South Tower.
80 cents less than a year ago. Good news there. Red Lobster says it is feeling the Beyonce bound.
When it first came out. Now I'm all about it.
Now, you're
I
all,
just love
you're
it.
all over that one.
Get in formation. Bouncing now.
All right, let's talk about the Blackhawks returning to home ice.
Yeah, but it's not the...
4:54 right now, just ahead an hour, 5 o'clock hour this morning.
Everybody, I'm Terrell Brown.
Good morning, I'm Judy Sue. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday, right? Wednesday morning. Let's begin with your first alert.
And we start the day with some weather alerts, mainly eastward, east of Chicago. So LaPorte County right now, up into southwest Michigan. This is for these bands of, at times, blinding lake effect snow. If you have travels toward the South Bend area this morning, do know you're probably going to run into some of these bands, and they continue up into Michigan. Well, the thing we're really dealing with here in Chicago this morning, the cold, 9 degrees in Lombard. It is 10 officially at O'Hare. It's 13 degrees over at the lakefront. But our wind chills right now below 0. Woodstock right now, your wind chill 11 below, 7 below out at O'Hare. We'll have your complete forecast, and that's coming up.
We're still keeping an eye on this one in the south suburbs. In University Park, it's on Union Drive and Regent Road, which is just a little bit west of Western Avenue. It was a fully engulfed house fire, but no reports of any injuries. It's actually reported as being unoccupied, but there's still a lot of equipment on the scene there. Now, as far as public transportation goes, keep in mind, we're still going to have some delays today on Metro's UP West line. This is because of yesterday's fire at that electrical box in Melrose Park. Very extensive repairs need to be made, so everybody has to go through as a slow zone. It's going to cause some backups, but as far as the rest of public transportation, if you're taking
Park. Jessica D'Onofrio is live from the family's home with the latest on the investigation and what to expect today. Jessica.
Terrell, the father of the 2 children killed inside this house is on his way to Chicago. Take a look behind me. You can see that the memorial, a slow-moving investigation, but say they have a lot of resources dedicated to this case, and they believe that they will eventually be able to solve it. Reporting live in the Gage Park neighborhood, Jessica D'Onofrio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.